Greetings children, welcome to the online classes. This is Aishwarya. Please like and subscribe the channel for the further updates on the videos. The following video is for class 4, subject General Science, chapter Roots and Flowers of Plants, part 1. So this is the third chapter where you're going to learn about roots and flowers of a plant. So first we are going to revise about what are the different parts of a plant. You have already learned about different parts of a plant. This is like a small revision. What the different parts of the plants are: leaf, fruit, flower, stem and roots. These are the main parts of a plant. Any plant you take, all these parts will be present. That is leaf, fruit, flower, stem and root. These are the major parts of a plant. Now, as we know that as we understood the different parts of the plant, there is something called shoot system and the root system. Shoot system means the plant that we can see above the ground is called the shoot system. What if this is the ground? All the part that comes above the ground is called the shoot system, and the part that is below the ground is the root system. Now the shoot system usually involves stem, leaves, flowers, buds, etc. And the root system majorly has only roots. Now we are going to study elaborately about the root system. We find roots of plants underground and they grow downwards into the soil. Now the roots are always growing downwards into the soil. It grows towards the force of gravity of the earth. You know the force of gravity which pulls us down to the earth. That force always keeps pulling the growth of the roots towards downwards. Now in this root system there are two types of root systems. That is the taproot system and the fibrous root system, which you are going to learn elaborately in this video. So the root system are of two types, that is the taproot system and the fibrous root system. First we are going to study about taproot system. In this type of root we can see one main root called the taproot growing downwards. As in the picture you can see, this is the main taproot. Okay. From the main root, the thin layers of root arises. These thin layers of roots are called lateral roots. These layers of roots, these are called the lateral roots. So the taproot system is made of one main root which is growing downwards, which is called the taproot, and from that main taproot the thin roots that come out of the taproot, it is called the lateral roots. The taproot is big and stout compared to the lateral roots. The taproots, the main root will be bigger than the other roots. If you take an example of a radish or a carrot, when you have radish or a carrot, you can see the radish itself is a root. So it is very fat. It is white color, it is fat, and there are small lateral roots coming out of it. So the thin roots are called the lateral roots, and the fat one in the middle, it is called the taproot. Now this taproot, it bulges at the top and then thins out as it grows downwards. As you can see, it is thick here, it is fat here. As it keeps growing, it becomes thinner and thinner. That is what the taproot speciality is. Now the examples for the taproot are carrot, beetroot, peepal tree and tea tree. Tree plants. Tree plants also have the taproot system. That means they have one main taproot growing. From the taproot, the lateral roots are also growing. So the examples are carrot, beetroot, tea, peepal and beans. Beans also have the taproot. Next is fibrous root system. Fibrous roots are also called adventitious roots. Adventitious means Adventitious. Adventitious. This type of roots does not have any main root. Dense and uh, equal sized roots develop from the base of the stem. From the base of the stem, as you can see here in the picture, here all the roots start from here only. All the roots start from the same base of the stem. The roots spread out as they grow downwards in the soil. It only spreads out as it grows downward, but all the roots will start from the base of the stem. The root also branch out repeatedly as they grow, making a fine mass of thin roots. If you see examples, you will understand. Here, the grass. Grass is an example for fibrous root. Rice and the palm tree or the maple tree. These are the examples of the fibrous root. Here in all the three picture you can see there is no one major taproot or anything. There is only roots that are arising from the base of the plant. That is why they are called the fibrous root system. Examples are the grass, rice and palm tree. That was about the different types of trees. Next we are going to see modifications and adaptations in roots. Before that, both the tap roots and the fibrous roots can go deep into the ground. The plants that grow in areas have roots which can go deep into the ground. The plants that grow in the water abundant areas, that means more water is there, they have shallow roots. These roots can go deep down if there is no water. If there is more water, the roots will be shallow itself. Now, modification and adaptations in root. In many plants, roots are modified as the plant adapts itself to live in the certain environment. Adaptations means changing itself to adapt to the environment. The two major modification that we can see in roots are storage roots and aerial roots. Storage roots, we'll see the explanation. Storage roots means these roots are modified to store starch and water. Plants like carrot, radish, sweet potato, etc. have storage root. These roots are modified to store starch and water. Starch and water means it's the food for animals. Starch and water is a food for plants. The same thing acts as a food for animals also. Now, why they have modified their roots is to protect themselves from the plant eating animals. It is difficult for some animals to dig under the ground and eat the plant. They store the food under the ground in their root system. Examples are sweet potatoes, carrots and radish, even beetroots. These are all the examples for storage roots. Next is aerial roots. Now, if you take an example, in a banyan tree, you will see long, thin vine structures hanging down from the tree branches. Here I have shown an example of orchid where if you can see the small hangings from the plant. These small hangings from the plants are nothing but the aerial roots. Now, the vines of the roots, these roots get additional support to the tree to stay upright. You can see the example here. The banyan tree, when the aerial roots grow, it touches the ground and gives support to the banyan tree. For example, if you have seen the big banyan tree just in the outskirts of Bangalore, you can see how big the banyan tree has grown, and so many aerial roots also have grown. Even the grapevine plant also has the aerial roots. This aerial roots helps them to give support to the plant. Helps to give support to the tree or the plants. Now As we finish the modification and adaptation in roots, we are going to see the functions of roots. Functions of roots are also very important. Roots fix the plant to the soil. As you can see, the roots support the plant and help in holding the plant firmly to the ground. The plant should not, if there is a big wind or there is too much rain, the plant should not get washed out. So the root helps them to fix the plant to the soil. It firmly holds the soil so that the plant can stay where it is and it is not washed out and it does not die. That is the first function of the roots. Second function is it absorbs water and mineral nutrients. This is very important functions of the root. The water and the minerals that the plant require is absorbed from the roots itself. Now the roots that are present in the soil absorb water and minerals. Now roots spread in the ground in search of water. Along with the water, it also absorbs the different nutrients. So when you're watering the plants, it is best to water the roots than to pour water all the while from the top. The roots require water. Only roots can absorb the water and minerals. Next function of the root is it prevents soil erosion. Now what happens is the roots they bind and hold the soil firmly. As you can see in the picture, it holds the soil firmly. So they do not allow the soil to be blown away by the wind or washed away by heavy rains. It holds the mud, it holds the sand underneath. So they can easily prevent soil erosion. Now, the fibrous roots helps to reproduce. In some plants, the root itself. If you take, for example, here you can see Synantium, the shrubs or carnation. These plants can grow from their roots. Now roots can be a part of it helps them to reproduce. They don't have to produce flowers, seeds, and then a new plant. The roots itself, it can produce new plant. That is one example of one function of a root. So in this video you learned about different types of root system, that is taproot and fibrous root. Then you learned the modification and adaptation, that is storage roots and aerial roots. Then you learned about functions of roots, that is root fix the plant to the soil, it absorbs water and mineral nutrients, it prevents soil erosion. These are the main functions of the roots. In the next video you will learn about flowers, then parts of the flowers, and what are the functions of a flower. Stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself, and keep learning, children. Thank you very much.